I'm a mess as ever, and in my pyjamas as ever. Still struggling to walk a bit, so that's why I'm kind of just all snuggled up and hibernating at home. But I was inspired today to swap brands again because I was looking at some of the new releases. I'm going to wait for you all to come on and then I'll tell you why I've chosen the brand that I have. But while I do, I'm just going to prep my skin a bit. Well, put some foundation on at least. So let's put some Charlotte's Beautiful Skin foundation on. I could do with a bit of beautiful skin today. Oh, somebody's joined. Hello to whoever has joined. Hello, Stacey. I'm just putting some beautiful skin foundation on while we are. So I thought I'd switch up the brands because we've done Victoria Beckham. We've done a lot of Charlotte Tilbury, although I'm putting Charlotte Tilbury foundation on. But I was looking at some new releases coming out. And of course, Charlotte Tilbury's got quite a few new releases coming out. She's got her new matte blushes coming out that are in the kind of beauty light wand packaging, which look exciting. And she's got the new Pop Shots, which Stacey's been showing me this morning, and one of them is purple. I think they realised they were onto something because the duochrome purple sold out really fast, didn't it? Hello, Terry. I'm in my pyjamas again. I'm trying to stop myself calling myself lazy. Hello there, Nina. I've been working with my counsellor to try and stop calling myself lazy because I'm always very hard on myself, but I've got to stop doing it. But yes, I'm still in my pyjamas. You are not lazy, we know that. It's not, it's I've got this little inner voice in my head. I've always had it ever since I was a child, that when my body's saying, no, not today, there's another voice saying, you're just being lazy. And I wrote, I think a while back, I may have read it. I'll put a link to it afterwards, but I wrote a letter to my body a few years ago, and I read it out at a conference called Dear Body, and it was all about how my mind and my body have fought with one another for years over this issue. So I must revisit it myself, and when I do, I'll put the link below. And it's all about Dear Body, like you wouldn't do this and you wouldn't do that, and I decided to carry on anyway, and then you let me know that it wasn't on, and it just was a really useful way, a tool for me to kind of explain what it was like living with a chronic disability. It just helped me to put it into words. But now today I thought we've done Victoria Beckham. Hello, M. That sounds a wonderful idea, Ali. Thank you. We've done Victoria Beckham. We've done quite a bit of Charlotte Tilbury. But I was looking at some new releases due to come out for spring. And I noticed that Pat McGrath is bringing out a Love collection, which looks very nice indeed. But it also looks very similar to some of her previous palettes, and it made me think, do you know what, I haven't used Pat McGrath for a while, so I've literally just before my live, because I was being not lazy but a little bit slow this morning, picked up a load of Pat McGrath pink packaging, which was a kind of spring love theme. I thought, let's do something with whatever I've picked up. And hopefully it will all go together because the packaging is similar. So I've got here Divine Rose Luxe Eternal Eden. This is an eyeshadow. Then I've got the big eyeshadow, which is the Mothership 7 Divine Rose. So lots of Divine Rose. And this new collection that's coming out looks quite similar to the Divine Rose collection. I've got a Lust Gloss in shade Divine Rose. And I've got Divine Rose Highlighter. And a matte trance lipstick. So I might use the lipstick and the gloss. And then I picked up another couple of things. Deep Orchid. I love that. So if I don't like the light shade, I'll put that one on. And what was this? A lipstick duo. Beautiful Stranger and Fembot. And this, which I don't even think I've opened, which is a Pat McGrath mascara. So let's go. I'm going to put I've done Beautiful Skin. I'm going to leave it at that at the moment. I'll put a little bit of concealer on. I'm going to do, because I used this yesterday. Do you remember the Mini Miracle Eye Wand? I used this yesterday and I quite liked it. I never really used the serum thingy, but let's try it. I never quite got the point of the serum. I mean, it was okay, but I still got it in my shopping basket, but I'm going to get it, Nina, the 17 mascara. I was looking at the eyeshadow palettes and I put one of those in my basket and it sold out like that day. So I thought, oh, maybe I need to get something else. So that's why it's been sitting in my basket. The serum made your eyes water. Yes, that's probably why I didn't use it. Let's see if it does that with me. It's because it's got alcohol in it. Can you believe it? It's got alcohol in it. Right. Now, let's do, this is shade 2, so it's a little bit lighter than my skin tone, but my under eye bags are looking particularly dark at the moment, so that's no bad thing. Have you noticed, by the way, that since she's brought out her Beautiful Skin concealer, she doesn't talk about Magic Away anymore? And I think it was a crafty way of getting rid of that dispenser, because the dispensers are so bad. And what you can do as well to give yourself an eye lift with this is just do this. If I do that, you'll see it just lifts the eye a little bit. So you can kind of use this as a subtle highlight. And you can use it just here as well. All sorts of places to just give you a bit of an eye lift. And of course, I've shown you this trick before, that you can do this. And then give it a wiggle. Give it a bit of a wiggle, and it kind of makes the lines look a little less deep set. Don't want too much. Is it, do you know what? I just wondered if I'll be honest, I wondered when it came out if she just put the Magic Away formula into new packaging. But that's because I'm cynical. But you think the coverage is better, do you? Stacey thinks the coverage is better. I think it might be the same formula in a different package. And you can do that here as well to get rid of your... Stacey's becoming a bit of a CT collector, aren't you, Stacey? She's been showing me her collection this morning. It's quite impressive. Right. Let's use some of... Now, let's have a look. Which eyeshadow shall I use? Or shall I even use both of them? So... we have... Now, as I said, this new Love collection that's about to come out for Pat McGrath looks quite similar to this. So I thought I'd try this. I think I'm going to just use this. Let's see. Let's have a look at the quad. Let's look at the quad. And I have a feeling this is the one that was gifted to me by Emma. The one that I've just shown you. You have both open at the minute and then finish it and they seem different. Okay, so I'm just being cynical then. Right. Here is the quad. See, that's nice as well. But that's a little bit more spring. I don't think we're into spring enough yet. Which one do you think I should use? Hello, Anjum. Oh, thank you, Anjum. You always watch them live or later. Thank you very much. Which one shall I use? This one? Or do you want me to use a mixture? Or... this one? I'm going to use the bigger one. I shall use the bigger one. Let's have a couple of blending brushes. Right, I'm going to go in with this lovely, yes, the bigger palette. And Stacey's saying the quad. I've decided now, Stacey, sorry. Messages took too long to come through. I'm going to use this one in my crease, first of all, to get going. I tell you what, the other one just looks a little bit too far into spring, but I will do that again another time when we get in there, when it feels a bit more like spring. This one's more of a January palette. Good morning from the US. Good morning, QuickWorks. So, for those joining, I'm using the Pat McGrath Mothership Mothership 7 Divine Rose. Mothership 7 Divine Rose palette, big palette. So I'm just sort of blending that nice and well into my socket as a kind of transition-y shade. I like that. It's a kind of taupey, purpley shade. It's a purple that works as a transition shade. And Up and Out. Charlotte's been talking a lot about that recently. Something I always aim to do is to do that kind of up and out thing there, because it does give the eye shape a lift. And Charlotte says it works for every eye shape. So that is a kind of transition. And I'm going to build it up with a bit of this darker kind of plummy shade, which is this one here. This one. Oh, and also to let you know that Pat McGrath is also bringing out some liquid eyeshadows. So I wonder when Charlotte Tilbury will join that one and bring out liquid eyeshadows. Beauty eye wands. There, if she brings out the beauty eye wand, you heard it here first. Just to warm it up a bit more. You love your Lurex eyeshadows. Yeah, I want to get more of those as well. The Pat McGrath ones, I've looked at the swatches. They all look quite light. There's one, I think, that's a bit darker, kind of coppery shade. But most of them are quite fair. I think Lisa Eldridge is a bit more across the creative scope than Pat McGrath's. Pat McGrath's are definitely like your mobile lid, light shimmery shades, but there's not really very many darker ones that I can recall. Right, and then I'm going to take, with a smudge brush, I'm going to take this darker matte brown, just in that little V shape in the corner. And dab it on and then blend it in a minute. Just again to intensify the shape. So I'm just placing it first to give me a bit more of an intense colour. And then blend it. And I saw another, was it an Instagram or a TikTok post? It was a TikTok post where one of Charlotte Tilbury's makeup artists was doing something that Charlotte referred to as, what did she refer it to as? Something like the upside down flick or something like that. I'm going to show you what she did. in a second. But it's a really good technique if you like the idea of a flick, but you can never quite get the angle right. It's quite an easy way of doing it. So what she did, I'll take the brown shade. Of course, she did this with a liner. And she did put it in her waterline as well. But so first she started putting the dark in her waterline, and then she did this. And she blended some of it into the lower waterline, just partly away along. And then what she did is she took that, carried it up as though the line was just continuing up. And the angle of your flick is really easy to do then. And then if you wanted to do it on the top, you can easily join it up then. It just makes it easier to get the angle right, because that's what a good angled flick would be, is if you were imagining that you were drawing a line going from here, as though you were drawing it up to the end of your brow. And then you get, so if you never get the angle of your flick right, do it that way. And then you can always, if you want it on the top as well, you can then just kind of join it up by doing that. And if you're hooded lids like me, you're going to do more than a line. There's going to be quite a bit of a space between there. But can you see it's just a really easy way of doing it. Now I have to put my favourite colour on the lid. And I'm going to do that with my fingers. This is my favourite colour. It's a duochrome, pink and gold. And I said at the time I could bathe in this. I love it so much. When this came out. It's just, as you turn your eye, it looks a bit pink. It looks a bit gold. It is just superb. Doesn't it waken the eyes up? Now, the reason Pat McGrath's tutorials always look so great is that she would do this and then she would put a bit thick black liquid line across the eyes and then a great big pair of fluttery lashes stuck on. And I'm not putting lashes on. I'm not a big lashes fan. I should be. I want to get my lashes done so that they always look like that, rather than having to put them on and take them off. Sorry if I sounded nervous in my blush reel. I'll get better, I hope. Stacey, you sound great in your reels. Stacey saying she wasn't very confident. Ali, you would love the Laura Geller serum blushes. They do have a peach and pink one. Oh, right. QVC Beauty liked your blush reel. Oh, that's good. Was it a blush that you can buy on QVC? That's very good. There you go, Stacey. Well, QVC have never liked any of my reels, so you're doing better than me, girl. Now, I'm going to put this very light shade under my brow bone. Now, my brows are looking a bit sparse now with this look. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the Victoria Beckham liner, the cheek liner underneath. Now, I've done a video, I filmed it yesterday, of all the liners, the collection that I've got of Victoria Beckham liners. I've just got to do the swatch picture. And I'll put that out later on. See, that opens up the eye. This one's about to start watering. So it's probably not going to like me doing this. And as I've nearly got to the end of my VB mascara, I shall open this one now. This is her Dark Star mascara. Hello, Banana Noodle. Don't worry, don't apologise, Banana Noodle. We're all informal here. You can come and go as you please. As long as I don't. Because that would be a bit daft. I'm trying not to do the mascara goldfish face. It's very difficult. I definitely want to try that number 17 mascara now. Now I like that look. I like it when you've got hooded lids and you can't really see your mobile lid, and then you look down and everyone can see what's on your mobile lid. You're sort of looking like that, and you look sort of quite neutral and everything, and then you look down and people see the fun side of you. Right, now let's try this now. This is the Divine Rose highlighter. I do need to do my brows in a minute, definitely. Oh yes. So I do own a pink highlighter, you see, but it's a pinky gold highlighter. That's why, because I was saying that I probably wasn't warming to the idea of the Pillow Talk highlighter. But I like this one because it sort of leans gold and pink. I'll swatch it on my finger in a minute so you can see exactly what it looks like. But when you look at her new collection, it looks very similar to this Rose collection. Just marketed slightly different. It's called Love, and of course it's coming out for Valentine's Day and all of that. So, you know, it's all about marketing. I'm going to put a little bit of that. Let me just swatch it on my finger. Can you see it's a kind of lighter version of what I put on my waterline? So I could dab some of that in the centre here just to make it a little bit lighter in the centre. And then taking my smudge brush. I mean, I've already used that other one, so I'll just put a little bit down there because I quite like the lighter one up there. Now, I didn't bring a lip liner, but I have got the lip gloss and I've got the lipstick. So let's try this lipstick, which is Soft Core. This all came with the collection. So you have to rotate my makeup. So this is Soft Core. That will go beautifully with this look. But I'm going to mute it slightly by putting the gloss over the top, because my lips are a bit dry. I've been trying to find a new foundation this week and struggling so much because I keep colour matching, but my skin has rosacea. It's a nightmare. Right, so the colour matching tools are not adjusting. That's a tricky one. Do you know if you've got a cool or a warm undertone, Banana Noodle? Where's that lip gloss gone? Where you gone, lip gloss? I'm doing it again, talking to my makeup. There she is. Now this is called Divine Rose. It's neutral cool. Okay. I think the best thing is, rather than using the online take a picture, if you've got rosacea, is to use something like there's the foundation matrix, which is on Temptalia, and there's another one, I've forgotten what it's called, Matchation or something. There's another one, there's a few of them where you put in your foundation shades that you know match your skin, and then it comes out with one that is similar shade to that. Match the neck area just under your ear. That's a good tip. Thank you, Terry. The online thing thinks you're pink. Yeah, very good tip from Terry. Well done, Terry. Right, this is the lip gloss. I'm going to put that over the top. Now, I've been going for a lot of darker ones recently, so this is really out of my comfort zone, because you know the one that I would probably want to reach for is this one. I love this one. That's your favourite gloss, is it? It feels a lot stickier than the Victoria Beckham ones. The Victoria Beckham ones don't feel sticky at all. Now this is one of my favourite Pat McGrath lipsticks. Of course I love Elson, but this one, Deep Orchid. Does anyone want to see that on me instead? It's one that looks like an alien gloss. I think I know which one you mean. I'm going to put a bit of, if I've got it here, I'm going to put a bit of Pinkgasm on, I think, if it's within reach. Yes, use that lip. Okay. I will if I can find a tissue. I've come completely unprepared as usual. Ah. Right, let's put on a bit of Pinkgasm if it's here. Yeah. The one that they went wild about on TikTok. Oh. Did you see that? I think this has got a bit gunked up. Suddenly a whole lot squirted out the middle, which is not good. Kind of gross. Yeah. It's all right. It'll settle back on the wand. So I'm going to put it on with this. It is a lovely blush. I'm going to have to use that a lot in the next few days. Otherwise, all that lovely product is just going to get wasted in the top of the tube. And someone the other day was doing this. I'm putting it on their lips. Right, I've spotted my wipes. So I'm going to put Deep Orchid on. I do like this. And it is out of my comfort zone. But I'm going to put on Deep Orchid. Pigment is pigment. Exactly. You got it right on cue, Terry. Definitely prefer the feel of Victoria Beckham's glosses. That was quite gloopy. And I wouldn't have known before because I hadn't tried Victoria Beckham's. Right. Deep Orchid. You know it's more me. Thank you. And I'll actually put that on again. But I'm just in the mood for my Deep Orchid. I'm just not feeling spring yet in my makeup. So when I'm feeling spring, I will do the other quad that Stacey opted for, and I'll do the pink lipstick. Let's put a little bit of the gloss, over at the top. As I say, because my lips are quite dry. Where's that gloss gone? It keeps hiding from me. The gloss doesn't like me. Dab a little bit of the gloss. Yeah, and you see, this is more me. This is more what I like. And when you like something, you just feel more confident. That's why I always say, don't follow silly rules. Follow what you like. put a dab of that gloss in the middle. And then I'm going to finish off with a bit of Charlotte's Hollywood Contour Wand. And hopefully that won't do the same thing to me. Where are you, Hollywood Contour Wand? I know you're around because I used you yesterday. There you are. Oh, I committed the cardinal sin of keeping the thingy open. So that probably means there's loads on the wand. Now, as I say, I like to put my contour at the side because I've got a wide head rather than up there. Depends on the shape of your head. If you've got a high head, then you put it there. But mine's wide, so I like to do it there. A bit down my nose. And then I love this tip that I saw, which is kind of take it down in a little like that. And then under my chin. And now what I do is I always do under my chin first, because otherwise I forget it's there. And then I walk out with a line under my chin that looks like a beard. And I haven't reached the age yet where I forget that it's on my nose. When in doubt, use your hands. I've definitely noticed in the last few years, certainly since menopause, that my skin appears to be getting lighter. And I don't like it. I'm proud of my mixed race culture. I like the fact that I'm half Indian and that I had an olive skin tone, but it's getting paler. I don't want it to get paler. It's like my son, when we go to hospital appointments and they go to do the ethnicity thing, he goes mad if they say, oh, you're white. He says, no, I'm mixed race. And because it's his granddad that's Indian, but he still wants to be down. And I said, that's fine. You can put yourself down. It's what you want, not what they think you are. Right, let me do my brows. It's what you identify as, not what they identify you as. Now, yesterday I used this and I hadn't used it for a while. Thank you, Terry. This is a pencil I got for a while back from HD Brows. And they made it look so great online, but it's not brilliant, to be honest. I don't, you know, they made it look like it did hair-like strokes. But you have to sharpen it with a blade, which they send you, which looks quite scary. And it is quite soft, so it doesn't really stay very pointed for long. But it's okay. But I think the Benefit products are just as good. And Charlotte's little pencil. And that Avon one. And I'm going to follow that tip that I picked up last week, because it's great, is to just slightly extend the arch to give you a bit of an eye lift. So you just sort of go slightly over where the arch is, just go nudge it slightly over, and it gives you a bit of an eye lift. And that was a tip from Katie at Beauty and the Boutique. If you've got Facebook or Instagram, go and have a look at some of her tips. They're great. And that is my look for today. Thank you so much. Now, let's come and just quickly chat to you all before I finish up. It sounds a bit scary. Let me show you the blade. The thing to remember is that you don't pick this up and start using it on your brows, or you're going to... That's the blade. To sharpen it with. So you take it and you chip away at the sides to make it really sharp. Just don't pick that up and start doing your brows with it, or you'll be in trouble. I really thought it was going to be a sharper... The fact that you needed to use a blade, I thought it was going to be a lot stiffer than that. But it's actually quite soft. So you don't really need that blade to sharpen it. So no, I wouldn't recommend this, to be honest. It was a bit of an expensive mistake. I got really excited about this product. And... it's not great. There's so many really good drugstore brow liners now that I really don't think you need to spend money on brow products. I mean, one of the good ones, this is actually goof proof, but the one that's called Precisely My Brow by Benefit is even better. This one, I think this one's a bit old. It probably needs to go out. This one's all right. Looks like it's dried out. But Precisely My Brow is really skinny. Have I tried a pencil sharpener with it? No, I'm not sure that it would fit in there. I'll have a go. I'll see. I will have a go at that. I'll see if a pencil sharpener will... I'm not sure whether it would fit. Look. But the idea is that you have that kind of edge to it, which is why they tell you to sharpen it with the blade. But that made me think that it was going to be a lot harder than it is. and you get a really sharp line. But because it's quite soft, even when you nip it into a really sharp point, it doesn't give you a hair-like stroke. Well, I suppose it's not bad. It's not bad. But I just haven't reached for it a lot, which tells you I think because as soon as it touches your warm skin, it melts and it doesn't give you that line. So whilst it might do that on the back of my hand, you're a little bit warmer there. Yeah, if you have to mess around with a knife, it should be perfect. Exactly. I think that's it. I think you've got it there. Right. So, that's enough for me. I'm just going to see if there's anybody I haven't... Hello, Janelle Espinoza. What's the foundation Ali used? I used Charlotte Tilbury's Beautiful Skin Foundation in shade 7 Neutral. Hello, Janelle. I like the Benefit Eyebrow Mascara, but might try a pencil now. The eyebrow mascara is good as well. You mean, oh, what's the eyebrow mascara called? That is really good as well. And I often have one of those in the car, a little travel size one. It's not goof proof. It's called My Brow. That's really good. You can get Benefit do quite a few little kits. So if you want to try the pencil and the mascara wand, you'll probably find a kit with both of them in. Hello, it looks fantastic. Thank you. It does leave you with a bit of a glow, and I didn't put any powder on today because my skin felt a bit dry. So that's the other thing. If your skin feels dry, you don't need powder necessarily. You know, just leave the powder off. Got to dash, everyone. Thanks for a lovely live, Ali, and everyone watching and chatting. Have a great week. Yeah, I'm going to head off in a minute and get myself doing something. I'm supposed to do a food shop tonight, and I really can't be bothered, but we should get it out of the way. Jack's going to come with me because I can't use... Of course, now that I use a mobility scooter, I can't go round with a trolley, which is a bit of a bore. But anyway, I shall see you all soon. Take care. Love you all. And thank you for joining me. And don't forget, I'll be putting out a video very shortly on the VB liners. So if you want to see all the shades, tune in to my video. There's only a couple that I don't have, and they're the dual liners. Okay, take care. Love you all. Mwah!